Blueface is out of jail, just like he told us he would be, in no time. While his mother, Chrisean, is out here prepping his homecoming party, baby mama number one, Jaden, wants absolutely nothing to do with it. However, that is not the case for Chrisean, because word is out that she's getting her boots ready to crash the whole show.
So yeah, but me being at a party with all his people that he deals with is not, that's not gonna make me happy.
So y'all not coming to the coming home party?
If all his that you've invited are gonna be there,
I didn't invite nobody.
Girl,
you seen the whole list? Who on that list?
He invited them then. He on FaceTime invited every single one of them.
Oh, you talking about?
So there's no reason for me to.
I don't even think that girl. They like that.
There's no reason. They've all them, right? So there's no reason for me to be a part of this.
But
if he wants to do a family. Like, I don't want him though. I want him to stop doing that. It ain't about wanting him.
It's about like your position is already solidified.
I would like him to stop doing that, and I would like that if he gets out and he wants to do a family meetup at BJ's and whatever at bonfire at the beach. That sounds great. But when it comes to a little party that he's trying to do with everybody, no.
So you guys are not coming to perform at the coming home party.
I don't need to be around
for him to get out.
Just a few weeks ago, she posted a faceless video addressed to Blueface, titled Dear Blue, where she talked about moving back into his place with their baby, Junior.
Daddy, I'm coming back on me and the baby. I'm just waiting on your call. I love you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything.
For y'all that have been in the loop, you know this is the same place where Blueface had his father kick her out and throw all of her things out. So, it's pretty shocking that Chrisean wants to go back there, despite the humiliation of being tossed out on your stuff online.
Yep, everything is out, y'all. He ain't playing. Guess she won't need this anymore. Top of the PM, y'all. This is real. Yeah.
After that happened, Blueface put out a recorded message to Croc, telling her that she could move back into the house because apparently she was going through a whole situation and was allegedly homeless. In the recording, Blueface mentioned that he was doing it because of Junior, saying that he wanted him to get on his feet as in starting to walk.
Hello world. This is a message for Chrisean and Gina Malone. I accepted you back in with open arms so you can get on your feet. Ultimately, so my son can get on his feet. I offered you money just so you could solely focus on our son taking his first steps before his second birthday. I don't need you. I don't know what this jewelry heist ransom story you got going on is about, but if you have the funds to get your own space, you're more than free to do that. I thought I was doing you a solid, you know.
Now, Chrisean has been very defensive about people saying that Junior has a condition, which they indirectly blame her for. I mean, she was heavy on the bottle and pot while she was pregnant. However, it hasn't just been the internet talking about it. Blueface's mom, Chrisean, mentioned it in one of her usual rants on Instagram Live, saying her heart was crushed when she saw Junior for the first time and confirmed the internet rumors that something was going on with him.
This is what I do. This is what I do lying. Oh, my baby crying.
Blueface himself wrote about it in a post that reads, "My son not healthy because she drank, smoked, and got hit her whole pregnancy. She couldn't even take 1 month off." In another tweet, he continued saying, "B smoked the blunt on the way to the hospital. B was fed to do a concert smoking before labor. You smoked your way to birth." It is reportedly alleged that Chrisean is angry that Blueface is using Junior as an excuse to let her back in the house, not because he actually cares about her. A part of his recorded message to Chrisean, where he mentioned that he wanted Junior to walk, seemed to have struck a nerve, because it was another confirmation that something may be wrong with Junior. That boy should have been walking by now. However, Chrisean says Junior is fine because she's been getting him the help that he needs.
It crushed my heart to look at my grandbaby and see that, and that was my first time seeing it.
Oh, God.
And it did. It crushed my heart a little bit. It did. But I love all my kids no matter what. I told you, whether they slow, need a helmet, whether they got nappy hair, whether they short, funny looking. I love all my grandkids, but I ain't gonna lie. My first initial thought when I saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, you ain't. I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt. I never seen what they saw. I literally thought this whole time that maybe people's fans was doing something to the pictures or, making it not. I didn't believe it the whole time. I just was like, nah, John said there was a couple things going on, but he didn't say.
In light of that, talk on the street is that CN is really mad at Blueface for bringing up Junior's alleged condition again and using it as leverage on her. So, she came back to his house and moved all her stuff out.
You trying to play with my son, like, leave him out of this argument, bro. Like, why lie like that? Why play like, oh, at least get him to walk? Bro, you don't even know what's going on.
If you have a roller bag, please
you don't even know what's going on.
Sideways like a
you don't. He don't know what's going on.
Put your
like
roller bag in sideways.
He the only nigga, only father I see that try to tear down his kids. I'm always with my son. Like, why y'all keep trying to do that?
That roller bag in wheels and first.
That's crazy. I took off a whole year. My son had all the attention, all the care he needed. I don't, that's weird. Y'all want me to show stuff and, no, it's none of your business. Talking about why is your son not walking? Who said that? That's what I'm saying. His daddy want to be hurtful right now, petty right now, weird.
According to recent rumors, she is bringing that same energy when she comes to Blueface homecoming party. Carissa is reported to be planning everything from the guest list to the food, drinks, and the color of flowers on the dinner table. And while she has her trusted assistant, party planner Jaden, working alongside her, Jaden says she won't be attending the event either. The reason? Blueface has apparently been inviting every Tom, Dick, and Harry to the party, which includes a long list of his ex-girlfriends. Jaden supposedly doesn't want any drama. She prefers to have a small family gathering to celebrate Blueface's return, instead of getting involved in a wild house party which Croc is rumored to crash. In the past, Jaden and Chrisean have tried to settle their differences and co-parent their kids by Blueface, but it didn't work out so well. Ever since, both of them have been throwing shade at each other. Here's what a few people have had to say about this whole mess. One person said, Jaden don't even want to be a part of it, while Crowan is begging to be added to the flyer. Another added, y'all know Crowan gonna find her way there and start some stuff. I don't blame Jaden for not wanting to be around and be bothered with that mess. Finally, someone said, I like Jaden. I'm glad she's protecting her peace and refusing to be part of the craziness. I hope she finds someone who can love her properly. Jaden is the change y'all see in Chrisean that didn't happen. What do you think would happen if Jaden, Crowan, Blueface, and Carissa all came face-to-face under one roof at that homecoming party? This was obviously Diddy's way of making Khan think she deserved more, and that he was the guy who was going to make it happen for her. This is what he did with Cassie, and his second victim, the Jane Doe I talked about earlier, also confirmed that this was the same tactic he used to get her. Jane Doe revealed she was dating Diddy from 2021 to 2024. When he was arrested. And if y'all remember, Young Miami was also with Diddy from 2022 until he was busted by the feds. So that means she knew who Jane Doe was. Jane Doe's story is quite literally the same as Cassie's, except that unlike Cassie, this Jane admitted to choosing to stay with Diddy because he was paying her rent and agreed to give her over $10,000 every month if she did everything he wanted, including the freak-offs. She said she didn't want to do any of it and made that clear to Diddy multiple times. But he just gaslight her, and whenever she tried to leave him, he reminded her who was paying the bills and that if she left, he would stop doing all that. And just like that, she was right back to freaking off again. One of the times she tried to leave him was when she saw pictures of him chilling with young Miami in Turks and Caicos. Apparently, he didn't take her because she was refusing to freak off with him, so he took Miami instead. This got a lot of folks side-eyeing Miami, because this means she was probably down with the shenanigans and agreed to freak off as long as the money came through. Now, people wouldn't have cared about Miami freaking off with Diddy if she wasn't allegedly trying to get innocent girls like Sean to also join. People weren't here for this, and they dragged her like this person who said recruiting Rock would have been a mistake because Rock wouldn't keep a secret. Another person said they need to get Lemmy and Natalie next. What young Miami is doing for Diddy, Natalie is doing for Lemmy. The whole industry is weird, get them all. But in another Instagram post, she admitted the only reason she kept the pregnancy was that she felt too far along to get rid of it. She wrote, "Chase, I'm 20 weeks already, but when I see the face of what's growing inside of me, I had to pray the fear away of being a mommy. It's super overwhelming because this pregnancy was planned, but now we don't see a future with me anymore." She continued, "We both done things to each other that we lost trust, so I was left with the option of termination. I was surprised I'm that far along, that it's no turning back from being a mommy. But y'all, it gets even nastier and crazier from here, which brings up the speculation that she had a baby to trap Blueface. And now that he is no longer in a relationship with her and he's in jail, she sees no reason to take care of the baby. That theory might actually hold weight, because a couple of years ago she broke down and revealed that Blueface had forced her to get rid of some pregnancies, only for him to go ahead and have babies with Jaden. What hurt? Let me tell you what hurt, Instagram. When you told me to get rid of the babies and then had a baby with her. That's what really hurt, Instagram. Are you listening? Fans are saying she knew she was losing Blueface to Jaden, which is why she decided to get pregnant on purpose. But now, those same fans believe that this is the real reason she constantly endangers Junior, because she doesn't need him to get with Blueface anymore. That made fans extra mad, and many are saying CPS should have stepped in from day one, from the moment he popped out the womb. But it gets worse. After the video of her locking him in a car went viral, even celebrities started speaking up, asking CPS to intervene. For example, Money Slaughter said, "The baby doesn't even have a pediatrician. And I know that for a fact. He hasn't been seen by one in almost a year. There's no father on the birth certificate. He was born in a birthing center, not a hospital. It was up to her to take him to the pediatrician before 12 weeks, and she didn't. Not until Blue bled her online about his hernia. He has Kurtak, likely a mispronunciation or misspelling, possibly cradle cap, or a specific medical issue, and she still won't take him to a physician because she knows CPS will take him." Y'all, this explains why it took CPS this long to finally step in. You know that doctors, especially pediatricians, are mandatory reporters, and they can smell neglect from a mile away. It's wild that she hasn't taken the child to the hospital, and it makes things even more concerning. Everybody knows that kids, especially babies, are always in and out of the hospital, whether for regular checkups or emergency visits to make sure they're hitting milestones. What happens when the baby gets sick? Babies are always picking up germs, and if he hasn't been seen by a doctor in almost a year, I don't even want to imagine what could be wrong. We're not even going to get into her not taking the baby to a pediatrician for the first 3 months, because that's a whole other mess. And it seems like Money's comment is what finally drew CPS's attention. Less than a day after her post went viral, CPS was at